Sarah, what have you done?
Kerrigan, the die you cast. This is the last day. Your swarm darkens the sky of any planet.
Forget Minsk. Forget all of it.
When we are done here, I will return to my people and accept their judgment.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base.
I made my peace long ago.
Consider it done. For hire. Indeed.
Welcome, everyone. We are going to be determining who's going to be playing in the Code S finals for FSL and who's going to be our Code S champion that will then move on to Code S Plus. So, right now we have Hurtntime and Gray on hand. They will be playing their match for the semifinals. Winner will take on the undefeated Lighthood. Let's bring them in and see how they're doing.
Okay.
Welcome, Code S.
Hey.
All right, are you rooting for me? You rooting for him? You rooting for yourself? Who's everyone rooting for right now? Tell me.
Well, that's the thing. I'm rooting for him.
All right.
And,
And I'm rooting for him, so
Wow.
we're rooting for each other.
So we're gonna see who throws the game hardest.
maybe it should be like 2v1 versus Lighthood.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, I guess I don't envy you for what awaits. He's been quite the dominating force. If you're rooting for each other, you gonna be doing your /dance stuff with your units when you get to the opponent's base, or just playing it standard?
No, we're just gonna play it out. Just
Fair enough. So we got Anito and we got Storm's community represented here. We've definitely been seeing a lot of players from both those tags playing. Have you been pretty happy with how the season's gone overall? You made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, it's a big improvement for me from the last season. I think I was completely winless last season, so I've done a lot better this time around.
Sometimes there's nowhere to go but up. I definitely feel that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's amazing having a little bit of a formal chance to improve. It goes a long way. I've definitely made some changes I didn't think I'd get around to making, so definitely I'm very impressed by the work both of you have been doing. And Hurtntime, you know, along with this, you and Vales are going to be representing tomorrow in 2v2. So if you don't get if you don't get Lighthood trying to destroy you, then there is Memes and Dreams who'd be happy to volunteer.
I didn't get a chance to follow the 2v2's gonna be up for semis.
Yep. Tomorrow, you know, let's take a quick look here. So we are into the 2v2 plus. Tomorrow is just going to be quarterfinals. So War Bunnies and Green Pie, or Memes and Dreams, they won 2v2. So now they're in 2v2 plus. They're going to be playing against KJ Freedom and Little Reaper. No, they already did. Sorry. Never mind. Scratch all that. I have a cold. I am very blurry right now. And yeah, we had to throw together some last minute things. No. That is going to be semifinals. So the winner of that match is going to move on to take on Deepu and Neutrophil. One moment.
Okay. Who's the best team right now? You think in the 2v2?
Tell you what, debate that among yourself for just a moment. I'm going to help my daughter with one thing.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't been in a 2v2 match in a while now. I don't think Vales and I have played in, gosh, over a month at least.
Oh, that long? Well,
yeah, it's
yeah.
been a while. We got all our games in early, I guess, and then
Mhm.
we've been waiting around for the next matchup. What server works for you? I'm on the East Coast, so you're in.
So I think I'll be okay. Cause I got used to like playing 200 plus ping.
That's rough though. What's
Yeah.
better for you, Pacific, the West Coast US, or East?
Let's
Yeah.
try East Coast and then let's try to
Yeah.
see what's gonna be the ping. If it's 100, then we can
Okay.
definitely go with that.
What was the call?
East.
East Coast. Really? Okay.
Let's try that.
Yeah. Are you out in the Philippines along with the rest of Anito?
I am
All right. How's the weather there?
kind of hot.
Okay.
And we just had like a huge or like a pipe like a 5.5 magnitude earthquake.
Oh boy.
Okay, we get a lot of
Like,
snow in
the
Minnesota.
other
We don't
day.
get earthquakes, so we count our blessings too. For anyone wondering, my daughter had a hangnail on one of her little toes, so went ahead, clipped that off, and she is ready to go too. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'm going to put you in your separate chat groups, and
Okay.
we will move up. All right, so actually, let's take a quick look at the maps that got picked. Ancient Cistern, Gressven, and if it goes there, Royal Blood. I see Neo-Humanity, and neither of them wanted any part of that, and I do not blame them. Ancient Cistern. All right. Mod. And we will go ahead with the East server. I know both of them are having maybe a little bit undesirable internet going on. Hurtntime was mentioning that he might have to just turn off his webcam if things get laggy. Hurtntime is ready. We've got Zerg versus Terran here. All right, we are ready to go. Now, the big shocker here is Gray has chosen pink as his color. I am very used to him being orange, which always stood out to me. I mean, given his name. And we are off. Code S semifinals. In the upper right, we have our light blue Terran. And he is... He is...
Hurtntime.
That's who he is. Waving the Psystorm colors loud and proud. On the bottom left side of the map, we have the pink Zerg. He is. Representing Anito over in the Philippines. Okay. Can't get more standard than this. Overlord Scout. Hatch first. Oh, spawning pool just slightly before Extractor. On the other side, we got the usual supply depot into refinery and barracks. This map, like a lot of the ones in this pool, quite a few destructible rocks just there as shortcuts or to widen some of the rampways. And yes, waiting on the other side of the trenches is Lighthood. So one of these lucky players will be taking him on for the Code S Championship. We have a Reaper on the way, along with an SCV Scout, so he definitely wants to make sure he knows what's going on. Gray isn't doing... I think he must have done an extractor trick, but okay, now he's taking the extractor again. But yeah, I was just thinking about how there was no speed being researched. We have 6 Zerglings that are out. SCV is taking a look around. Gray's hiding them, and the SCV does not move forward and take a closer look. And here they go. They're taking a little bit of a long way, so the Reaper doesn't see them either, I suppose. Hurtntime is expanding. He's going to have his hands full if these guys make it over there without anything to defend. Right now, the Reaper is over on the other side of the map, so there is one Marine to take on these 6 Zerglings. Here they go. They are going to try to stop Command Center from building. They do take out the SCV. Marine finds himself on the wrong side of that wall. He's not going to last long. And Hurtntime's going to have to repair right away as he gets more units out. There is a Hellion on the way, and a Reaper who is making his way back to help defend. The Zerglings are going to try to force a cancel on that Command Center. Hurtntime taking a bit of a risk, lifting up the barracks and lowering the supply depot. Another SCV goes down, the Reaper is down, so he's going to have to be very careful that this Hellion does not get surrounded. He's backing it up, moving it forward. Big game of chicken going on here. Now, there isn't really a follow-up from Gray. He's just taken his third. He is researching speed, but that's only a third of the way done. So this was actually a successful defense. That Command Center is a little bit battered up, but it will complete. Now, I mean, there wasn't a lot of kills. There weren't a lot of kills that those Zerglings got. What they did was they really delayed the beginning of mining for this natural. These Zerglings are just kind of hanging out here. I think maybe they're keeping an eye out for medevacs. We have a Liberator about halfway done. More Hellions on the way. So we're having a standard kind of poking harassment opening from the Terran. Gradually building up a wall at the front. So despite that very aggressive opening, Gray does not have much in the way of army right now. Just those 4 Zerglings and then the Queen's back home. And those Zerglings will not fare well against 3 Hellions, will they? Now, as these Hellions distract, I'm guessing the Liberator will try to swing around behind. Now, one of the Zerglings does see the Liberator. Oh, alright, little bit of a wall going down here. With the Baneling Nest and the Evolution Chamber. 4 drones have been toasted so far. And I wish I didn't have a cold so I could do the Mortal Kombat toasty sound. I cannot, and I will not. Alright, Liberator comes down. They're quickly moving the Spore Crawler around. Now, the Liberator shots all got drawn towards that Queen. He does unliberate in time and moves to a different point. Yeah, but he's still within range of that Queen. I think that Liberator might be going down. Oh, just barely manages to escape. And at the very least... Oh, he does not... Oh! Out of the frying pan into the fire from one queen to another. Just got home. Yep. Yeah, that is a good camera, and I'm not seeing much trouble from them. Ooh, yeah, video is laggy. And, here, see what options we've got. Alright, Hellions versus Zerglings right now. And all the Zerglings are down, so we are going to see a lot of dead drones right here. Queens come in, so the Hellions are going to have to back up for a bit. Right now, the worker count, not too different. 52 for Hurtntime, 49 for Gray. I've got it on... I don't have it on extreme graphics right now. Let's see here. Gosh, my mesh network's doing just fine too. So I don't know what's going on here as far as lag. A lot of banelins. That's what's going on. A whole lot of banelins. Okay, here. Okay, I think we're going to see quite a bit of carnage here. The siege tanks are not in siege mode. The command center goes down. He did not lose much in the way of SCVs, but losing that command center is going to be very difficult. Switch back to where I was here. Anyway. So right now, what do we have? We have one orbital that had to fly off. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe my family is making a little bit heavy use of the Disney Plus channel. Alright. Viking lands. We have a lot of Hellbats. These, Balin's clearing things up. Right now, Gray ahead on the supply count. And he's going to have to keep these Hellions moving constantly. Alright, retreats to the wall. Right now, Gray has 4 bases. With just 2 from Hurtntime. He started this game with a delayed natural expansion, and these Zerglings and Banelings just keep on coming here. And if they kill those tanks, this could be really major trouble. They do decide to retreat. The Hellbats driving them off. Gray with the supply lead. They had both in workers and an army, but these siege tanks. This is a good map for this, where the siege tanks can hit from one platform to the next. And more Hellions on the way to reinforce. Siege tanks sitting on the queens. Quick look, we have +2 melee for Zerg. First couple upgrades just about to complete from Hurtntime. The Banelins take out the Hellbats and the Zerglings finish off the tanks. This is a very dicey situation. There is a lot of damage that could happen right now when he is already behind in bases. Sends one Zergling in to take a look around. Right now, we've got from Hurtntime as a mech build, but Although he's still got a handful of Hellbats, he is very lacking on Siege Tanks, Mines, and Thors. And the Natural a bit oversaturated. As soon as I move the camera, alright. Tell you what, maybe I'll just use the mini-map more. Okay, even more SCVs going down, but he can't afford to lose any. He does finish cleaning up the Zerglings. Time for a 30-80 plus. I don't know what that means. But yeah, I've got a fiber optic network here, you know, mesh Wi-Fi, so I don't think it's my connection itself. I know that the more you move around with Twitch, you know, it constantly has to redraw things. Which is why StarCraft benefits from having such a static bottom third of the screen. Alright, he does have a Thor here. Plenty of Hellbats, but he is lacking in splash damage. Here come the tanks. He's going to want to make sure that they are ready and in place. But yeah, the last things on the screen are okay. GPU, huh? I think it's finally time for me to upgrade my video card. I'd be up for that. I'm game. Oh, look at that. Once again. Hellbats go down. The siege tanks stand tall. Couple of Hellions here to harass. But yeah, feel free to recommend a video card you think I might be able to afford. I did get a little bit of prize earnings off of Code A. A lot of Zerglings chasing these Hellions away. But I do want to start streaming a little bit more myself. More upgrades almost complete from the Zerg. And, I mean, despite having so many bases, Grey isn't as far ahead as you might think. Workers, however, 95 to 69. I mean, he might even have a little bit too many workers. But right now, I mean, with all the workers that Hurtntime has, he's constantly having to just oversaturate the bases he's got available. Oh, come on, finish that Overlord off. Come on, I want to see it go down. Wonder if a better video card also might let me use my better webcam. Pretty sure it would. Here we go. That is a lot of Lingbane Hydra right there. Grey almost maxed out right now. Here we go. That's the Swarm at its finest. Covering the enemy forces right now. Siege Tank's up there on high ground, but might even end up doing more damage to his own units. And I think this match is over. Even though he didn't come in to finish that off. The Zerg are just going to keep coming. Whew. And the supply depot burns down. Here we go. Say it with me, people. So many Banelands. 36 Banelands on the way here. I don't know if this will be an efficient trade, but he's still going to take everything down. One siege tank goes down, another siege tank goes down. More siege tanks sieging, but maybe not in time. Their SCVs doing their best to repair everything they can, the planetary and the mech units, but this is going to be all for naught. These Hydralisks are going to finish cleaning up. And we have the GG. Alright, Bray takes the first match. He managed to take an early lead, and he managed to hold on to it throughout. Just never ceased with the aggression. So for our next map, we are going to have Gresvin. Here we go. $380. Okay, we are ready. Game 2, Code S semifinals. In the upper left, we have our light blue Terran. He is and his opponent, the Zerg in the pink. Wait, no. Sorry. The Zerg in the pink is gray. The light blue Terran is
Hurtntime.
Alright, here we go. Once again, pretty standard opening. And once again, the old extractor trick. I don't actually see that done very often. It's a little bit less of a difference maker when you start out with 12 workers, but hey. I remember for a very long time, even back in Heart of the Swarm, there were a lot of people debating about just how important doing that was. Plus, StarCraft 2, you can do the double extractor. Spawning pulls up. Once again, a little bit late as far as the actual extractor goes. 4 Zergman's already on the way. And a Reaper's gonna go and check this out again. SCV is already taking a look around. Danced around, seeing what he can do about that Overlord. Looks like the Overlord is out of view now. Gray going ahead, taking the third. Not nearly as aggressive this time. Forling's just there for defense. Whoa. Is that, like, okay. I mean, I guess if you get supply blocked, you might as well do the extractor trick. Now, the Overlord is 2/3 of the way out, though. Circling speed, getting close to halfway done. So this time, more or less leaving each other alone. We've got another command center getting ready to be floated over to the third. Banelane Nest. Banelane's definitely played a very heavy role in Gray's offense last game. Starting to get the supply depot wall up the natural. Stim being researched. But yeah, as I said, I mean, they're keeping an eye on each other, but not really doing anything aggressive on either side. Stargate is starting. Starport. They're Terran. It's Starport. I think the Zerglin's just there to check when the third gets taken. Yeah, right now, Gray being very conservative with the army size. Well, until a moment ago, he just added a lot more Zerglins. And we have the unbuildable plates, unbuildable bricks being pummeled. Even an SCV attack at that. I don't like that. I think that SCV should be mined. Those Marines know what they're doing. We've also got a mule that's just idle here. Must have gotten dropped down just slightly the wrong place. Overlord getting morphed into Overseer. Banelane speed on the way. We've got a medevac coming out. A tank just got made. So Hurtntime is going to be very careful. Make sure that he doesn't get overrun easily. Even holding off on moving the orbital for a little while. Gray doing alright with the creep spread over here. An Overseer gets driven away. Alright, we have a medevac that's been loaded up now. I think the idea... okay, I think he did kill... no, the Overseer is still there. Like I said, I thought that he was going to use the medevac to chase it down. Well, he got it. There's a lot of effort, but he definitely got it. So, I am expecting a Lingbane bust to be coming in very soon. There's just one siege tank. Gray's army is splitting up. This mini-map observing is good practice, especially since I'm going to be doing a little bit of Brood War observing here and there soon. +1 melee, almost done for Gray. That's probably going to be where the timing attack goes, right when that completes. Plenty more Banelings being morphed, more Zerglins getting ready to reinforce. Right now we've just got, you know, a handful of infantry on the high ground here. Kind of an additional wall around the natural right now. Alright, these guys are going to move ahead. They might not like what they see. Okay, good. The Zerg fell back. If they had moved forward, then that could have been very bad for Hurtntime. Here they come. Here they come. Immediately surrounding and destroying a tank. The Banelings are heading straight over to the infantry, killing many Marines there. This is very costly. I think it is still going to be a hold, but look, he's going to be getting even more workers. 7 of them have gone down so far. And I mean, his main defense, that tank of the high ground, and that isn't moving around. Alright, well, could have got a lot worse. Gray does get driven back. They are pretty close to even as far as workers go. Gray, just like last game, not planning to back off. He is morphing more Banelins, getting ready for another strike. And it is just so weird to see Gray not be orange. I'm used to Gray not being gray. Oh, look at the mule hammer in here. Taking full advantage. Now, I was going to ask if he had a decent amount of production to go with that. He does, although some of those barracks are busy making their reactors. When they do, he's going to be able to pump out a lot of Marines. I'd like to see some Marauders or some other units that are a little bit less vulnerable to Banelins. Okay, drop is going out. And just as that happens, the Zerg swarm. Zergling's coming in, Baneling's following just a little bit afterwards. He wants to kill as many workers as he can. He really doesn't kill many. But he does... Alright, there are the worker kills. 19 SCVs die. In the meantime, there's a drop coming from the other side of the map. More Zerg... These Zerglings are just flooding in. And I don't know how much damage he can get done, even with a double medevac drop right now, that would even out this lead. He's pumping out a lot of Marines right now. He has all of those reactored barracks. There we go, the Marines, they are killing workers. 10 workers down so far. Oh, I think that medevac's gonna die. Yep, and another one. He is not moving the medevacs back. I think his attention is on the other side of the map, where more supply depots are going down, and more Marines as well. Both of them bleeding pretty hard. Hurtntime actually with a supply lead now, although his workers are a bit behind, so he was able to make his opponent pay for that heavy offense. And it looks like his plan is to see if he can just finish this now. Only one tank, and that's back at home. Alright, he is venturing onto the creep, scanning so he can eliminate the tumors. Here we go, more workers are going to fall. Banelings are being morphed, but they're not ready just yet. They'll be moving out in a moment. We'll see how quickly he can either kite them or get the Marines into the medevac. They do take some splash, but not many go down, and he eliminates a hatchery. This is looking better and better for Hurtntime. And the Marines just keep coming. I mean, Zergling Flood versus Marine Flood. We're getting a lot of mineral-only units just clashing and clashing. Queen goes down, more Zerglings go down. I think Hurtntime might be able to finish this. He is killing more drones, more Zerglings before they can even do damage. And we have the GG. Wow. Alright. Hurtntime was on the back foot all the first game, but this one, he was able to defend well enough and then just turn the whole thing around. For maps, our final decider is going to be Royal Blood. We are tied 1-1. Winner takes on Lighthood right after this. We are heading to the lobby. Alright. Both of them shaking everything off. It's hard to explain, but, you know, as frustrating as ladder is, there's a certain thing you get if it's an official competition that you don't get on there when it's actually, you know, even if you're not on camera, there's just something different about the way it feels. The adrenaline, the nerves. We are going into map 3. Royal Blood. Thank you, everyone who's joining us. Winner of this map goes on to face Lighthood in the Code S Finals. In the upper right, we have the light blue Terran. He is
Hurtntime.
and his opponent, the pink Zerg. He is
Green.
And away we go. Supply depot in its normal spot. Gray once again taking the hatchery, and I'm assuming, since this seems to be his go-to build, that he is going to be canceling an extractor in just a moment. Yes, indeed. I'm not psychic, but I learned from experience. Alright. Very much mirroring what they did in the previous matches right now. We're going to see if they're going to be shaking things up in any way. A lot of the time, after 2 matches, by the time the 3rd match rolls around, you just want to get it done. I'd say even more so if you got another match waiting. So as always, as with the last couple, I think we're going to be seeing the Zerglings and the Queen out a little bit early, but the speed a little bit late. And Hurtntime also, same sort of thing. He's got the Reaper out, but just as he starts building that, he's also sending an SCV, so we can see if there's a rush on the way. So you might recall, previous game, Gray managed to get a big delay on completing the command center. I do not see any Zerglings moving out right now. I see 2 drones. I think he accidentally selected 2 of them. But yeah, we've got the hatchery going down at the 3rd at the 2:30 mark. This is interesting. The Reaper is staying at home. I guess because the SCV is just hidden there. Not quite as bad as a probe hidden, but I'm very curious what he's going to do with this, if anything. Oh, and unlike some of the other maps, this Overlord doesn't have many options for which direction it can go. This could really throw off the timing for Gray. He is supply blocked. However, yeah, he's got multiple Overlords in production, so I think he'll be alright. Starport. And a bunker being made at the front. This is going to be, so... So 3060, is that NVIDIA, or is that, yeah, it looks like NVIDIA GeForce. I don't know, we'll have to see how much money I have to throw around, but, yeah, it seems like that is the next thing I have to upgrade. I've got plenty of memory, a good CPU, and good internet, so... Ooh, are we going to be seeing these Zerglings hop into a transport, do you think? I'm getting that impression. Got kind of an interesting little wall up front here. Yeah, multiple Overlords. Yep, we got an Overlord drop on our hands. 3 Overlords are being upgraded for, NVIDIA GeForce. We got 3 Overlords getting upgraded to transport Zerglings. We don't get to see this all that often, but yeah, look at this. There is not a lot defending here. Battlecruiser on the way, but that is far from complete. Here we go. Overlord speed is done. No banelings here. Alright, let's see what kind of damage they can make. They are going straight after the SCVs. Hellions and Reapers on the way to defense. Oh, and the Zerglings hop back in. Marines are the only ones who can shoot up at the moment. They are on their way, so... I don't know, he's either going to want to drop on top of these, or he's going to want to just evacuate. I do not think he got as much damage done as he would have wanted from a surprise like that. Couple Zerglings just hanging out in the corner here. And the SCV that was hanging out in the corner here is on its way home, finally. Alright, Zerglings hopping out again. And there is that battlecruiser completed. It is hovering above the workers, and I don't think Gray has much she can answer this with. There is a Spire only just starting. 2 Queens. This battlecruiser could actually just finish the game in no time. 1 Queen goes down before it can be transfused. 16 Zerglings, 16 drones. The Zerglings are going to try to move in here. There's a decent amount of defense, so I don't think they're going to be able to get things done as quickly as this battlecruiser is. Score crawlers are going up. And the Hellions and the Marines just find a nice corner to back themselves into and fight from. 50 supply is about even so far, but this is going to snowball. There is another battlecruiser joining the attack right now. Well, the first one flies a little way away. Yep, Hurtntime is doing damage, alright. Is the Spire complete? The Spire did not complete. There are drones being made, that's it. Gray has a decent amount of minerals in the bag, not much in the way of gas, though. And here we go. I think he wants to repair that, but it was already queued away a little bit. Come on, SCVs. You know what? SCVs, do your job. I said do your job. Time for you to drill something that's way up above you, and you shouldn't be able to reach. That's what SCVs do. Yeah. You gotta be ready. That's one of the things. I upgraded my RAM pretty heavily. Once this match is over, I will double check what kind of video card I have. It's decent. And look at these poor transport overlords just kind of hanging out there with nothing to transport. Okay, so it's going to be Hydralisks. They're okay against battlecruisers, but they struggle to chase them around. Gray is going to have just triple expanding here. I also need to replace one of the fans. This is one of those iBuy power computers, and the fans are surprisingly proprietary, so you got to get a nice little adapter to get power from the motherboard. Yeah, I've got 4 gigabytes of VRAM, but regardless, I think I got this this video card shortly after StarCraft Remastered came out, so we're talking like 6 years ago. It's probably showing its age. Yes, iBuy power is pretty lousy, I found. You know, you can't even... Those proprietary fans, you can't even buy them individually to replace them. But the motherboard's really good, and the individual processors are powerful enough to handle a lot of action at once for StarCraft 2. Here we go. I mean, Spire is almost done, but I think the damage is already going to be complete. He does have SCVs here to repair. He's not going to be bothering dropping mules to repair. Here come the Hydras, but they're just outgunned. We have the GG. Grace says, beat Lighthood for me. Alright, some really intense games. Ling Bane, as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, that first game was crazy. Like, I kept thinking that I have enough Hellions or
Yeah, just
Fire
always on the
Bats.
back
No.
foot. Second game, however, Hurtntime, you were able to weather the storm, you kept your third alive, and you were eventually able to just turn that around. And fourth game, the lesson we all have to learn one day or another. Zerglings and Banelings do not attack up.
Yep.
Yeah. Gray, when you were doing that Overlord drop, did you notice the tech labs and everything? Or was it just kind of get as much damage done as you can?
Yeah, I noticed. I just thought it's gonna be like, because I already played with, and it's a thing whenever you already played with someone before. So I was kind of thinking like, he's gonna go mass. What was the name of the Banshee?
Oh
I
yeah,
thought it's gonna be
Banshees.
mass Banshee.
Okay.
So I thought like a few queens should be enough. And then I didn't. I didn't. What I didn't notice was the what was the upgrade, the building that you have to go
Oh,
to
the fusion
create
core.
battle crew.
The fusion core.
Yeah, the fusion core. So I didn't notice that, and I should have
Yeah.
prepared for that.
With these kinds of
So,
leagues,
nice game. It was the first time I tried that link drop, something like that.
Yeah? what? Yeah,
It's nice.
yeah. It didn't get as much done as I think you'd hoped, but it's not done a lot. So the lesser used strategies can definitely be the ones that can catch people off guard. And one of the things that fascinates me so much about these leagues, we've got people who have definitely played each other multiple times. That can work for them and it can work against them. And, as Day9 says, mind games.
Yeah, definitely. You can't do the same thing every single time, or you become
Yeah.
predictable. You have to switch it up.
Right. Well, Vales gives his congratulations to his friend to his brother from another country. Well played to my fellow U.S. bro, Hurtntime GG. And
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yes, we did see Deepu take the Ling drop strategy off of Euthermal and use it victoriously against Little Reapers, so you never know. Alright. So, Hurtntime. You've got someone who's waiting to meet you.
Oh yeah, I've got to do the maps thingy, right?
Yeah, let me start that up, but I will get everyone together first. Great, thank you very much. That was very
All right,
impressive
thank you.
showing.
Yeah, GG.
Alright,
Yes,
Thanks for
man.
having me.
Wow, that first
GG's.
first game.
Thanks for the game. Yeah,
yeah.
it was nice. One of
Alright, welcome to Lighthood.
Alright.
Lighthood, see if you can get on camera. Here, I don't think he hears me just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and create the maps, though. Lighthood and time. So this is a grand final, so this is gonna be best of 5. The maps are up.
Best of 5. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, now, as we're waiting for Lighthood to respond, let's see if I'm gonna open up my GeForce Experience program and double check what kind of video card I have. I remember I got it because StarCraft Remastered, there was that dynamic lighting thing that originally required 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and then just after I got this video card, they did some patching, so it only required 2 gigabytes. Sure. Oh, yeah, I think Lighthood's having to reconnect. I know that his last 2v2 match, there was a little bit of internet trouble. Oh, he should be back soon.
Okay.
And inputs. Got this here somewhere. Alright, I have a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Alright, Lighthood is connected again. Yep, he says he's back. Welcome, Lighthood.
Hello.
Hello, and let me see if we've got you on camera yet. Yes, we do. Awesome. Alright, were you able to catch any of that match?
I'm ready. I like the series semifinals. It was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It was
kept me-
intense.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that.
Kept me on my toes. Alright, let me see. So, the map choices are up. Let me see how far along you are. Yeah, Lighthood, it's your
So-
first veto.
Okay, getting in. Oh, okay, just a sec.
Yes, indeed.
It's a best of 5, right?
It is indeed a best of 5.
Okay. My V2 first.
1050 still tearing it up in 2023. Oh yeah, you bet it is. But yeah, I guess there's more I need. You know, I got a much better webcam, and I tried that out, and when I tried streaming with that, everything just basically fell apart with the connection.
I vetoed.
So,
Okay, it's my turn.
yeah,
now.
we have a veto of
Yep.
altitude.
So-
Grassman vetoed.
So get this. Oh, I
Alright.
made a
And our
mistake.
first map will be Babylon. By mistake.
Actually, I made a mistake. Yep, it's okay. I'm gonna play on it. I thought it's gonna
Jump.
be another veto.
Oh, I see. Alright, well, get the one you like least out of the way first, right?
Yes, sir.
Dragon Scales.
It's good.
Ancient
Okay.
Cistern. Royal Blood, and if we go that far, Neo-Humanity to finish things off.
So,
Oh yeah, that's for 5. That's a lot of map. I'm gonna be exhausted after this, unless I get 3-0'd, which
Might
is very
be
likely.
Gauntlet. Yep. Alright.
sounds good.
Let me get you both back on camera. Yeah, what do you think of your chances on both sides? Lighthood, I don't think you've tasted defeat yet in Code S.
Yeah, I dropped one match this season.
One map or one?
Bottom bit. One map. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's still yeah. Yeah, well, hockey's been eliminated now by you actually. So there you go. All right. So I know it's pretty late over in Algeria. So how about we just get started?
in.
All right.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to make a couple adjustments and then we will start. TVT for the Code S Championship.
Grand finals.
Grand finals indeed. And our first map, the one that wasn't supposed to be picked, Babylon. Lighthood cooling off his hands right now. This is going to be TVT. This is the kind of thing that can drag on for a really long time or end in just a second. Okay. Here, I guess we're actually going to switch servers. Although I think Central is even further away from Africa, but I mean, I'm game. All right, Lighthood is ready. All right, let's get going. In the lower right, we have the Blue Terran. He is
Lighthood.
And his opponent, the Terran in the red. He is
Hurtntime.
all right, representing Psystorm Gaming and representing Czar. GeForce 1050, huh? Well, I'm glad those GPU shortages are more or less over. Matheson sounds impressed too. So, big difference to start here is that Hurtntime is going double refinery. SCV is coming in here to actually scared away an SCV, I think. Not sure what happened here, but all right, got two buddy SCVs out here. They're going to surround him. He might, Mineral walks out of there and makes a run for it. They're going to want to get back to work. I don't think they're going to catch it. We'll see if Matheson can go the distance. Matheson, are you going to be competing in Season 8? Lighthood has taken the first expansion. And Hurtntime once again Send an SCV across, or I guess send it back home afterwards. Lighthood is making a Reaper. Okay. Predict Lighthood, medevac drops while Hurtntime units are out on the map. Yeah, we definitely did have some stuff against Grey where the units just weren't at home. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice delay from Hurtntime. So that means he's got to get an SCV out there if he wants to keep building this up. And I don't think there's even one on the way. Has he noticed? I think he might have queued it over there, but the supply depots were still up. And Lighthood likes to do this. He likes to be very, very annoying with the Reapers. Oh, come on. Alright, now that is very, very annoying. That is 2 times he has sniped the SCV that's been built in the Natural Command Center. And he wants to see if he can find anything else. Starport being built up for Lighthood. He's already just about to finish changing it into an orbital, while the command center for Hurtntime still isn't complete. Alright, here we go. Reaper and a couple of Marines bounced around, and these Reapers are just going to keep scratching at that command center, that incomplete command center. Keeping Hurtntime busy. Hurtntime is getting a tank out. It's just completed. I'm assuming he's going to put it in that corner spot again. Nope. No, he is moving it down. Now, those Reapers, they could potentially just... Well, not anymore. Alright, that's the end of the Reaper harass phase of the game. So what exactly happens when you say open sesame in the chat? Alright, Hurtntime not able to get any revenge damage. Time's got stem halfway done. No upgrades have actually completed just yet. Lighthood is working on a third command center and loading up that medevac that KJ was talking about. 2 of them actually, and they're both heading to different spots here. Well, I know open sesame is a code word. I mean, it's a classic code word. It's the way a certain guy named Ali Baba got into 40 Thieves' vault. Did you know that neither Aladdin nor Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves were actually in the original Arabian Nights stories? Those all got added with the English translation. Here we go. They are out of range of the tank. Hurtntime does clean up on the high ground, but he's forced to lift off down here, where there's a tank and 4 Marines defending. Alright, yeah, so medevac left, but it can come right back again. Scans going left and right. And medevac is back out of here. Now this is even more time that Hurtntime is not mining from his natural, and I don't think these Marines who did not have a medevac to support them, yeah, they're not going to last long. Neither is the Viking. It falls as well. Got four Marines. They're probably on hold position right now, so they don't get drawn out by the tank fire. Landed Viking and unsieged tank. Just kind of skimming around and transforming. Well, there we go. This harass is finally cleaned up, but Lighthood is 10 workers behind, and even further behind than that with the army. Yep, thank you very much to our Patreons, including Prometheum, who has who's gotten some nice rewards on his way. Hyper Turtle winning. Gee, I hope so. But yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to check Best Buy's website and see if they've still got any holiday deals going for video cards. We had the Black Friday that basically started a month and a half early and still hasn't ended today, so... Okay, this is a lot of variety here. Got Widowmine, Siege Tanks, Medevacs, and Marines. They're coming in. Hurtntime Siege Tank did not siege just in time. SCV is forced to be pulled, and he was already behind workers when this began. His siege tanks are probably going to limit the total amount of damage, but a lot of damage was already done. 16 SCVs are gone. Hurtntime's making a couple of medevacs, because I think almost all of his Marines have either been clipped by tank fire or stemmed. +1 about to complete for Lighthood. And Hurtntime is about 2/3 of the way with his. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Lighthood has been having some internet issues. I really do question whether Central... I don't know if he even understood what Central was. I don't know if he's traveled to the United States before, but Central is mean. Alright, it is still going, though. Oh, Season 6, wow. I remember competing in that. I did a lot better this season. Lighthood with the offensive apology. Yeah, well, the intro video also, I think, still says Season 6 as well, so there's a lot of numerical updating we've got to do. Lighthood, almost saturated on his third. But right now, Hurtntime still isn't even mining from the gas on his natural. So I'm assuming this will be a drop. I got lightning internet. I do not miss Xfinity. Apologies if Xfinity is sponsoring this, though. Alright, here we go. This is a doom drop of doom drops. Take the tank out right away. Lighthood's tanks are sieging. I think this could just be it. He just doesn't have enough units to get over here. And those tanks able to use Hurtntime's buildings to their own defense. Here we go, sieging on the ramp, but there's still a lot of damage that they can do while they're still well out of reach. Combat shield's just about to complete for Lighthood. It is kind of interesting. The upgrades this game, kind of minimal, but the units just kept coming. Oh, and I think these tanks are to get caught. One of them goes down, two of them goes down. We have the GG. Alright. Frustration from beginning to end. Multiple times delaying that command center, then just drops an offense from there on. Alright. Hurtntime earning himself a glass of water. And let us see what we've got for map 2. Dragon Scales. I don't know why, but for a long time I kept getting Dragon Scales and Royal Blood mixed up. I guess they both sound kind of Games of Thrones-y. Here. Is it Games of Thrones or Game of Thrones? I don't know. Alright. Question does not appear to have anything to do with the show Homeland. What about the anti-hero Homelander? Any relation there? I hear he's going to be in the Mortal Kombat game. Alright, we are ready to go for map 2. And no, I have not gotten around to watching the Grand Theft Auto trailer. Although I definitely hear that I should, yes. George R. R. Martin. We'll see if he gets around to the last two. Alright. In the upper left, we have the Blue Terran. He is
Lighthood.
And his opponent, the Red Terran. He is called
Hurtntime.
Thinking that Hurtntime and I should probably do some team games together. We can be the HTs. Uh-oh. Self-referential stuff going on right there. Matheson is researching Psystorm Gaming. Alright. SCV Scout. I'm not... Is there going to be a wall-off here at the jump spot? I guess so. Although, yeah, from Lighthood, we are going double barracks. Just single barracks, double refinery from Hurtntime. Lighthood loves to put the pressure on with some well-microed Reapers. We'll see if he takes that even further this round. Alright, 3 barracks. So far, just 1 for Hurtntime. No factory down yet either. So, might be a long shot, but I think Lighthood is planning something mildly aggressive here. There goes 1 Reaper. Hurtentime's Reaper is just going to stay here. Gets ready to shake hands with anything that jumps up on the high ground. Psystorm Gaming, the longtime rival of Fungal Growth Gaming and EMP Shockwave Gaming. Alright. Reapers do meet a wall, and they do kill an SCV just at the edge of their range. That's an interesting one. Hurtntime was definitely expecting them to use the back door there. So we have 4 Reapers so far from Lighthood, with 3 more on the way. I don't think he's going to be laying off the strategy right now. There is a Hellion. Of course, Reapers heal on their own. Hellions need SCVs to repair them. And the really obnoxious thing here is just so hard to tell what direction are the Reapers going to come from. There is 1 guarding the natural area. Lighthood about a third of the way done, with the command center on site in the natural. And yeah, if you can't choose a direction to attack from, why not attack from multiple directions at once? Hellions and Reapers finding the Reapers down here. Up top, Reapers are going after the factory, and now they're going to start attacking SCVs. The SCVs do manage to surround a little bit. 2 SCVs have gone down. Hellion goes down, but did do quite a bit of damage. And there they go, down the steps and out the door. Liberator coming up from Hurtntime. That could actually be pretty effective. There are There are no Marines, even, from Lighthood yet, much less Cyclones or anything else to deal with aerial attacks. 5 Reapers to 3. And here they come. Scythes in hand, ready to blast. I guess that was them ringing the doorbell. Drop a mine that doesn't get anything, but I think the real idea was just zoning things away. All right, we have a Liberator around the command center, the orbital. SCVs are continuing on the other side. Let's see how well Lighthood multitasks. The Liberator ready to just set up wherever it can. Oh, Hellion dies to a Reaper grenade. And this is just kind of a little back and forth. Now, if he really wants to go next level, he'd put a Liberator on the other mineral line too. But right now it's a Raven that's on the way. 3 Marines coming out for, woo, okay. Marines can be fast, but they do not, they end up right on the border of the circle, so 2 of them actually go down. Oh, the Liberator finally goes down too. Give me Liberators or give me death. So we're going to have to see what the next, we're going to have to see what the next move is from Lighthood. Obviously, the Reaper phase is kind of over. Well, okay, never mind. The Reaper phase is not over, but he is transitioning anyway. Stim pack just completing for Lighthood. Just starting for Hurtntime. Here we go, and this is one of the things that he is just so painful with, and that's getting construction canceled. And I guess killing Hellions with Reaper grenades. Wow. 2 SCVs lost there. Ah, Patrick Hurtntime. I knew him very well. So right now, Hurtntime is in a much better position than last game, that's for sure. He is almost 20 supply ahead, definitely has a major worker lead, and he's about to do a drop. Along with a turret, too. 1 Marine goes down, and a 2nd Marine goes down, and the turret is still there. 3rd Marine goes down. Right now, with the worker deficit, Lighthood can't really afford to lose anything. And here we go, Marine drop, but there is a whole mob of Marines there, with the SCVs to help them. The medevac went down, and gradually the Marines go down too. Another 2 SCVs. That one, not as profitable. I think that one turret killed just as many SCVs as well as a few Marines. Oh no, oh no. Don't fly over there. Don't fly over there. Ouch. Yes, his wife and the far side was saying, okay, enough of that. No more, give me potatoes or give me death. Yeah, I've been following the far side. I've been reviewing a lot of that on farside.com. I've also got the complete hardcover collection, too, that they put out a handful of years ago. Love me some Gary Larson. And here we go. The tanks were not sieged on either side. This siege might be a little bit too late. These Stim Marines are on top of everything. And just like that, things go heavily, and, well, I don't know about heavily in Lighthood's favor. He's still behind on workers, but with 3 siege tanks, he could really anchor himself in place. I would highly recommend any StarCraft fans check out the comic strip up here. Okay, gotta back away from those siege tanks. And where's the Liberator when you really need one? Siege tanks are moving around back home again. And there's a Reaper. Manages to kill 2 more SCVs that were in the middle of building a supply depot and a command center. You just can't blink around this guy. But yes, I would like to, especially, you know, if you're a StarCraft fan, check out the comic strip Foxtrot. They actually, Bill Amond actually did a Sunday strip for each chapter of StarCraft 2. Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void. So, yeah, he definitely appreciates his real-time strategy, Bill Amond does. Alright, so Lighthood has taken the third. Hurtntime still has a pretty clear supply lead, but as we said, if Lighthood hits when the majority of his army isn't home, that could be trouble. If I were, I gotta say, Hurtntime could really benefit just from having maybe some more, you know, he's got one there, but maybe more siege tanks that are just there to defend. And here we go. That is a doomy drop. Lost the Marines and the siege tank. Lighthood going with a single medevac drop of his own. I think that medevac, it goes down. So Hurtntime has some cleaning up to do, but not as much as you might think. Orbital Command goes down. Factory goes down. Lighthood is losing a lot of his infrastructure. And Hurtntime cleans up. This is Hurtntime at his best right here. That Doom Drop paid off big time, and he had just enough at home to defend. Meanwhile, these siege tanks heading all the way back home to try to limit the damage that's going on. Lighthood is seriously supply blocked right now. That starport is on fire. And here come the Marines. They stem, go back, go forth, and oh, those siege tanks from the low ground. Worth their weight in gold. Still, the medevacs to just move the Marines anywhere they want. And here comes a big infantry force from the front. Parade pushing across. Lighthood, meanwhile, oh, he's lost 17 more workers. This is irrecoverable. Unrecoverable. Unrecoverable. And we indeed launched a Patreon for Psystorm. We're going to be promoting that soon. And I think we're about to lose another orbital, leaving just one that's at half health. Pretty close to catching fire right now. And Hurtntime has made quite the comeback here. I think he was actually a little bit ahead for most of the game, as annoying as those Reapers were. 26 supply. We have the GG. 1-1. We are moving on. I'm going to try to clear my throat, which has not improved since last night. Don't expect me to do much singing this time, okay? So for maps, that was Dragon Scale. We are moving on to Ancient Sister. Hey KJ, you want to ask Matheson what a cistern is? I had to look it up. Crypto investment lost keys. Go Hurtntime, go old man power. That's right. Let's hear it for the guys. Let's hear it for the guys who were around for the original StarCraft release. Lighthood is not joining the party right now. He's still on camera, though. What is a cistern? Open sesame. The mysterious cistern. It's like a stylish hot tub for water. Splash-tastic relaxation. Okay, I do not think that's what the Webster's Dictionary says about it, but I'll take that answer. Oh, yeah. Uh, I mean, Lighthood's had his internet problems. Not up there with Gray, who I guess, like the whole surrounding area, lost internet for 2 months. So I think he's reconnected again. I also think his webcam, he is using his phone, so that might be why he isn't losing that too. Life. Like they say, the one thing you can't avoid: death, taxes, and internet issues. Ask someone like me who works from home, huh? Alright, we'll wait for him to get back on. Other big thing they've been trying to avoid is waking family members, because it is well past midnight over there. A cistern is a waterproof receptacle for holding liquids, usually water. Cisterns are often built to catch and store rainwater, and are distinguished from wells by their waterproof linings. Modern cisterns range in capacity from a few liters to thousands of cubic meters, effectively forming covered reservoirs. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Examples of cisterns include the Basilica cistern and the Cerebellopontine cistern. Nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do while we're waiting to see what happens, I'm going to play our little video about the practice. Oh, yeah, there's Lighthood. Okay, there we go. I'm going to play the video anyway. There's the big one.
FSL Season 7 Playoffs is here. The bracket features 2 new divisions that allow for the distribution of skill levels for the players to compete with their peers, and then move up to the next level. Let's start with Code B. Tianpun plays Nachos, and the winner faces Revenant Rage in the grand finals to determine the Code B champion. The winner will then compete in Code A, where Hyper Turtle awaits. Winner between the two faces, Cyan. In the other bracket, we have Deepu and Little Reaper. The winner of that will then meet the other semi-finalists to determine the Code A champion. For entry into Code S, the Code A champion will then face Haki. Winner of that will face Lighthood. On the other side of the bracket, Frieden faces Gray, and then winner face Hurtntime. Winner faces the other semi-finalists to determine the Code S champion, and that brings us to the highest new division, Code S+. Winner of Code S will face Freedom. Winner will then face number 1, seed Dark Menace. On the other side of the bracket, Haruz faces Veils, then winner faces the defending champion Neutrophil. The winner faces the other semi-finalist for the grand finals to determine the overall FSL champion. In 2 vs 2 we have Memes and Dreams with War Bunnies and Greenpire facing Cyan Kitty, composed of Cyan and Kitty Cat Gamer. In the other side, Zaire featuring Haruz and Lighthood faces Polaris team of Instability and Caliber C. The winners face each other and then advance to 2 vs 2+. There awaits Valhurt, the defending champion of Veils and Hurtntime. Then the other side features second-hand lions of ET Phone Home and Pebble versus Churchill's Dentist of Deepu and Neutrophil. Then between those winners, we will have our 2 vs 2 championship. Let's go through the players and include odds to win it all numbers for fun. Starting with the toughest division, Code S+. In first place, the
Okay, as Han Solo once said, never tell me the odds. We are going into Game 3 right now. That AI does not want to tell you about the far side. Ancient cistern. A lot of grass and stone to go around here. We are tied up in a best of 5. In the upper right, we have the Blue Terran. He is
Lighthood.
And his opponent, the Red Terran. He is
Hurtntime.
Alright, up go the supply depots. Trying to see, where is the running water? There's some. Why is it so loud here? Anyway, SCV heading over here from Lighthood. Hurtntime's SCV giving chase. Oh, there. I think that's what's making the loudest noise. I love the artistic concepts for these maps. Oh, there's just too much to say about the far side. I can imagine that. One of my favorite anecdotes from Gary Larson was him talking about how, years after he'd stopped doing the far side, there was a plumber over at his house doing some work, and as it wrapped up, the guy explained at length what happened, and he was using some of the most technical terms you could imagine as far as water flow, pipe materials, all this stuff. And Gary Larson, who, he hadn't given any indication that he had any idea who he was doing work for, who Gary Larson was. And so, after he explains everything... Oh, SCV's gonna go down. Larson tells him, I didn't understand any of what you just told me. And the guy just smiles and nods and says, payback. Back in the days when print newspapers were main form of comics we had, there was a lot of time spent just trying to figure out what what the joke was in those. Alright. Ooh. Even on high ground, the command center manages to get delayed by those Reapers. Lighthood is just never without these guys. Oh, here. Yeah, let me fix this. Sorry about that. Eventually, just like my openings, a lot of this stuff is just to become natural for me, so once I no longer have to think about switching between these scenes, my overlay. In the upper right, you mean? You want me to... Is that better? Shush. All good now? Okay. Wasn't quite sure which thing you wanted off the overlay. Alright, back at it. So Hurtntime moving the orbital down, but Lighthood is already mining from his natural. 2 Reapers and a Cyclone. Looking to cause headaches. Right away, one of the Hellions goes down, another one follows. Now they're moving in on the SCVs. This Marauder and these Reapers drive them off. Hurtntime going with a good number of Reapers himself, 3 of them. And following up, there are medevacs being made on both sides. I wouldn't be surprised if we get into drop play very soon. Hurtntime putting a lot into this push. However, yeah, right off the bat, these Reapers were here way ahead of time and got hit by the siege tank. If he stalls a little bit, they'll heal up. Medevac coming to join them. We've got one Reaper that's just here looking for signs of drops. Oh, speaking of drops, Lighthood is loading up. Once again, sending 2 medevacs at different angles. One to the natural, one to the main, I suppose. One of them does get spotted. And Hurtntime setting down with a drop of his own, supported by a tank on the low ground. Lighthood's medevacs immediately turn around. He looks at dropping around the siege tank, doesn't quite make it. Now he's got to get those out. Got a blue tank siege right here. And a burning orbital command is flying away, hopefully towards SCVs. Siege tanks just firing at each other from distance. Keep in mind, those scans can give the tanks a little bit more sight, since their attack range outdoes their... Oh, siege tank goes down. They can fire further than they can see on their own. In the end, after all that, yeah, the orbital did get repaired. And Hurtntime ends up actually a little bit behind after all that. However, I mean, he did force quite a bit of aggression to just make a U-turn and come back home. He's got a decent number of siege tanks. But look at all this, look at all these Marines. Lighthood again, loading up. He's really got to find a way to keep track of where his opponent is, so that he doesn't bring these guys away in an inopportune time. Now, there have been times here where he's forced his opponent to come right back home. Is he going to boost again? Oh, just one Marauder trying to catch up with the medevacs. It does not make it. Army supplies even. This is a handful of turrets. Does manage to take down one of the medevacs. Lighthood again chooses just to come all the way back home. I think, you know, he's found a few times where he's sort of just been sitting there, kind of on the border of his opponent's territory, and then just had to turn everyone around. 6 SCVs are down so far, and the moment he might, well, not in any danger of being supply blocked, but here come the tanks in the low ground. He's in the scan to get vision up there. And these Marines and SCVs just keep coming within the tank range. He is going to clean up again. But over here, we have some Marines coming out front, but there are 2 siege tanks ready to defend. Lighthood is behind in supply, though. And right now Hurtntime has a lot of medevacs, not a lot of Marines or Marauders to heal. Comes some... Alright, he does get... The Marines move forward, think a little bit better of it, back up. And here we go with another drop. Hurtntime likes taking these risky drops, and I'd say at least in this matchup so far, they've earned him a lot more than they've cost him. All these SCVs trying to take out Marines as they're being healed. 17, 18 Marines, 18 SCVs down 20. Lighthood has half the workers that Hurtntime does. These drops are serving Hurtntime so well. So many times where Lighthood's army has been so far away and then had to get their way back and then fight their way up onto the high ground to take care of these attacks. It's just, I don't know what he's doing here. Is he going to fake a drop? There's one Marine in one of these. And there he goes. That one Marine will not be standing alone. Marine stemmed and chasing them down. The one Marine goes down. Oh, but here comes his friends. They are not happy. They're the buddies of that one Marine. And they're going to get their retribution. Hopping into the medevacs. Remember, carpooling is a great way to save money, people. There is... Oh, yeah, I think that was a full medevac that went down there, leaving one that's just... Yeah. The Marines that did drop each got destroyed as soon as they got to the ground, and then the medevac went down too. So... Got for units, I was going to suggest bringing some medevacs home for repair, but the only ones that are still alive are not hurt at all. Worker count, Lighthood is catching up, and Lighthood actually is pretty far ahead with the army count. I think that last attempted drop really cost him. Here we go. Marine medevac siege tank. And I don't think Hurtntime's in a very good position for this. That tank is going to get destroyed even before it's done sieging. Marines and siege tanks coming in. And Lighthood just keeps getting the first hits off. Two of the tanks do siege, but I think they're going to get taken out too. SCVs are pulled. And they'd have to just back up. They're not going to do any good under siege tank fire. And look at this group of Marines just racing their way into the base, all stemmed up. Take down a medevac. Oh, right now Lighthood has hit over double the supply. I think that orbital could easily fall. Liberators backing things up, making it even harder to defend. Lighthood was hurting for a while, but he has control right now. And I don't think there's anything that Hurtntime can do at this point. So Marines going down. They are they going to finish off that Liberator? Yep, they do. More and more reinforcements coming. Liberator does go down, so... I mean... Everything gets cleaned up. That tank, I don't know if that tank wants to be there or not. Ooh, repair going on the barracks. They might do better just to surround and kill the tank. And Lighthood moving in for the kill. There is a planetary here. It's probably going to have to rely on a siege tank, or just, keep getting more Marines ready to go. 25 army supply to 53. That doesn't count the planetary, but I mean, he can repair that, but more SCVs are going to be lost if he does. And there we go. One siege tank does go down. The Marines flood in, making sure the same does not happen in a second. And this money that's being spent to repair, that's money that Hurtntime just doesn't have right now. Medevac drop coming to the main, although there are 3 missile turrets here. Very tough spot. Siege Tank does get eliminated. I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that they've been able to be that effective against these tanks so far. But yes, I tested for COVID. This is just kind of a basic cold. But yeah, we've all been vaccinated for flu and COVID, but I think this is just something else that's going around. There is no shortage of it. My daughter is in 1st grade, and my wife teaches 5th grade, so there's a lot of beautiful gifts coming in from the local elementary schools into our household. Also, this isn't nearly as bad as it sounds, either. Oh man, this planetary is going to die. Here we go, Doom Drop yet again. So we're going to see if Hurtntime can even things out here. Well, his opponent is mostly on the other side of the map again. Oh, these missile turrets. Yeah, for Hurtntime, I wouldn't blame him if he flew at least one building off to somewhere else. Got a planetary fortress being upgraded here. And these Marines, they're just not going to get any resistance. Siege Tank's going down. I think Lighthood just finished this game. Yep, we have the GG. Lighthood moves ahead. He is back in the lead. Let's see how well his internet holds up here. Lag was real bad, says Hurtntime. Okay, I think Hurtntime turned off his camera too, just to compensate for the lag. Let's see what map we've got. That was Ancient Cistern. We are moving into Royal Blood. Okay, so I guess we're sticking with Central. Royal Blood. All right. And I think we're just going forward without. Oh man, Lighthood guess is reconnected again. Now Lighthood, I mean that doesn't have anything to do with the server. His internet, he's just having to keep sort of restoring it. I'd start chanting the "We want land, we want land," if they were in the same building or even the same continent. Alright, Lighthood is back on camera at least. Okay, we're getting in the lobby right now. That last game, very back and forth. I really thought that Hurtntime was going to take that, but in the end, you know, you invest that much in there, you got to do enough damage. And I think on that later drop, there was just too much eliminated too quickly. Royal Blood. GL. Alright, we are 1-2. In the bottom left, we have the Blue Terran, once again in the lead. He is
Lighthood.
And in the upper right, we have the Red Terran. He is
Hurtntime.
Alright, interesting. We've got a supply depot a lot closer to the command center this time. I mean, there's only so much that walling the ramp does against Reapers anyway. And this could even save a little bit of time for the worker moving around. But yeah, here I am, I'm trying to fix my stream. KJ Freedom's a trooper, he's trying to fix his wiki. Yeah, I think for a moment he might have thought that there would be... Oh, I see. This is a big thing. This is a big advantage to having the buildings closer to the command center. Quicker to get another SCV out to drive off one that's tickling the builders. Lighthood, actually, he is looking around for proxies just because of that unusual placement. He did see the barracks over there, but he wants to see if there's two more hidden around some corner. I don't know, I think Hurtntime's going to go with his bread and butter. I think it's going to be Marines, medevacs, tanks, and a lot of big drops. Alright, attack that SCV. Oh, nope, Reaper's there. Reaper. I think the Reaper's going to take it out. And SCV dies. Do have a supply depot in more of the standard spot. And Reaper's being built on both sides. Lighthood, however, goes ahead with the factory right after the barracks and starts the reactor, so I don't think he's going to be relying quite as much on Reapers this match. Oh yeah, especially if you're doing the streaming for someone else. It's a good time to debug during the stream. Two Reapers. I like how Hurtntime's adjusted. Look, he's got two of his own Reapers right there to protect the SCV. Make sure that command center completes. Although Lighthood, a bit better with the micro, he's able to pull the wounded Reaper away so it can heal. Hellion being built by Hurtntime. I remember in the Wings of Liberty campaign, I ain't sure this is the best time to be trying out new things, Swan. Haha, best time there is. Just look. Oh, a bunker at home. That's interesting, especially because usually Hurtntime's been relying heavily on drops. Lighthood has a tank coming out. It's interesting. I think straight from those unusually placed buildings, I think Lighthood kind of got in his mind that Hurtntime would be trying something a little bit weird. And so far that hasn't happened. Ooh, okay. Started, cancelled. I'm not sure. But, from Hurtntime, we do have something that I think will be a little bit tricky, and that's Cloaked Banshees. And once again, I think Lighthood just doesn't make a lot of anti-air early on. He had plenty further in the match. I mean, he had quite a few missile turrets and everything. A lot of Marines, but early on, he seems to really favor fast ground-to-ground units. He does snipe a poor little Marine. Lighthood is little bit ahead in both the workers and the army. Cloak about 3/4 of the way done. Oh, he does finally get one of those pesky Reapers. One Banshee is already out. Where is it? Yep. There it is. Oh, and it goes down. So not only did he lose that Banshee, but now his opponent knows he's doing Banshee talk. Lighthood is getting a medevac across the map. He's got a siege tank. Whoop, and yeah, same formation as before. 2 medevacs, each with siege tank, each with 4 Marines, each going to a different base. And this Banshee will not be back home when this comes. However, I mean, there's at least a decent spread of defense. Alright, you're going to want to cloak that, I think. Here we go. Siege tanks and medevacs being dropped. The Hellions are not able to squeeze past the minerals the way they're going, and we have a little bit more lag. This one's showing Lighthood. 13 FCVs lost from Hurtntime. Already, this could be the beginning of the end. The Banshee already heading home without doing any real damage. 25 SCVs gone. The siege tank still shelling them down. And one over here as well. And a little bit more internet lag. Alright, lifts up the orbital. I mean, this is pretty straightforward drop, but even though it's about to be cleaned up, I think this damage is already way too much. Look at more, even some more Marines and SCVs going down before the Banshee gets over there. Got a group of Marines and a tank heading over. 16 workers to 39. There's just nothing that can be done without just falling further behind. And one scan. Oh, do not. You gotta keep an eye on your Banshees. They are just too fragile. I think Hurtntime just falling apart a little bit at this point. He does see the tanks. Using the Marines and the friendly fire from the other tank. Cleans that up. This game's over. Cloaked Banshee gets scanned. It does manage to back up a little bit, but it goes down anyway. Terran scans, just too powerful against Cloak sometimes. Especially if they're ready for it. Whew. Ooh, what is that? That was 3 wins. Okay, here actually, I think we're all done. Alright, let's move everyone into chat. Alright, welcome. Through some very difficult altercations and, you know, more than a little bit of lag from both sides. Lighthood, you are our Codehouse champion.
Congratulations, man. GG's, nice drops.
Oh boy. Yeah, that drop play, very effective. Sometimes just a question of what you have on which side.
Yeah.
And Lighthood, every match I see, your Reapers look more annoying than they were last time. You delayed so many build-ins throughout like several minutes of each of those games.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I switch my headphone.
Sure.
Alright. Did you say? So I can hear that.
Yep. Well, if you can hear me now, you are our Codehouse champion.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor.
Congrats, man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, You know,
was a
you
good
definitely
game.
have dominated the
Really
division. Now we're going to get to see how you fare against Code S Plus. You know, maybe even against your own brother. Who knows? I know you've played
Oh,
against him
I would like
before.
that.
You even had some show matches early on.
Yes. We play a
So-
lot.
Who's your
so-
brother?
Harus.
Who's your
man.
brother?
Yep.
Who?
Harus. He's called Harus.
Ah, okay.
Yep, they've also been teaming together too. So, yeah, your first match is going to be against, I believe, KJ Freedom.
AJ Freedom, yep.
All right.
Let's see what I can do against him.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
he's
mean, you
pretty good.
you practice up. Sometimes that's what it takes.
I need to.
All
It's a
right.
great series. I like it. It was really
Yeah.
intense. I
Yeah,
am tired. I'm really tired.
Yeah, well, that is how everyone feels at the end of any TVT. But that series, the two of you were just constantly on the other side of the map. Sometimes when your opponent's troops were in the middle, sometimes when your opponent's troops were in your base. So a lot of that came down to positioning and just who got more damage done first. So very impressive.
Yeah.
It's all about being tricky, TVT.
Yes, indeed.
If you make one mistake, all your Marines are bye-bye.
Marines don't last long, and sometimes neither do Banshees. So
Yeah, that was like a really big mistake. You showed me that you have Banshees, so I prepared for that. Because of
yeah,
that thing.
yeah, I was bringing that up on
Yeah.
casting a little bit, but you know,
Even when I
definitely
pushed, I was preparing 2 scans because I know he's gonna push me. He's gonna defend with Banshees.
exactly. All right, but yep. That is the end of the Code S portion. I appreciate how flexible both of you have been. Hurtntime especially, because I was completely mixed up on who you were playing against a couple nights ago. So, you know, we will keep this up. Lighthood, we will see you in Code S Plus, and Hurtntime, we will be seeing you, I think, just tomorrow in 2v2 Plus.
Well,
Yep.
your team in 2v2 are my favorite, so show me that you got it.
Yeah, is Valhurt the
Right,
official name, or is that just what we've been putting as the placeholder? Because if you're going to change that, now's the time.
Placeholder.
Okay, well, if you want to brainstorm while you're practicing, now's the time, all right? All right, well, thank you, everyone. I
have
am
a good one,
going to
everybody.
go
Have
and
fun.
pick up some Chinese takeout for my wife, as was per the deal of her keeping my daughter busy during this cast. I will see everyone tomorrow night. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
And Taro adieu.
And they having a great night, I guess.
Bye.
So,
Bye-bye.
a night, day. Have a great week.